Right. Let us take the input components here. Input text here. Now, what was this? Any component that requires user interaction should be defined within the Apex form. Any component that requires user interaction should be defined within the Apex form. Now, within the Apex form, I am creating first element input. First, I gave input text. Let us see how it gives the output. Just input text box is given. Input text. Then we have max length 5. So, what happened? Maximum is taking 5 characters. Maximum length 5 characters. Maximum size. What was that? Size of the box. It's not the length of the data. It's only the size of the box. Then disable. Now you can see the box, but the box is in the disabled state. You can see the text box, but it is in the disabled state. Direction. Direction which the content of the data. Direction which the content should be printed. Is LTR. Right to left. Right to left. Then I have rendered.
Sir, I have a question.
Should I display the box or not? Rendered. Should I display the box or not? So disabled means you will not be able to see it. Rendered means disabled means you will be able to see the box, but the box is not useful. It is a disabled mode. Rendered means you will not be able to see the box itself. Rendered, you will not be able to see the box. Disabled, you can see, but it is in the disabled mode. Then we have required. So you are making the field as required. Now you already have an input field. Then why you are going for input text? Boss, I am not referring to a data from a table. If you want to refer to the data from a table with exact properties, then I will go for input field. But here I want to create my own box. Now it may be referring to a variable in the class. It may be referring to a S object. Now we are not referring to the table and its properties. We are referring to the corresponding variables. We are referring to the variable. Now the variable can be anything. The variable can be a reference variable can be a object, variable can be a proper class object. It's our choice. We are referring to variables. We are not referring to a subject. If you are referring to the data from a particular table, then we are defining standard control equal to account. Then we are saying account dot name, account dot phone. Here I don't want to obey the properties of an object. I want to create my own structure. When you want to create your own structure, you are going for input text. Input text is only for text data. Now, input text is for only box. In the box, which data you can enter? In the box, which data you can enter depends upon the variable which you are referring. Now, in the input text, it is referring to the variable of integer, it will take integer value. If input text is referring to the variable of string, it will refer to a string. Date. Now, input text will not say that it is a text data. Input say that it is a box. In the box, depends upon the variable you are referring, the corresponding data will be taken. Right, boss? Let me give you. Now, we are giving value. What is the value? Which variable you want to refer? Whatever the data we enter here. Whatever the data we enter here. So, whatever the data we enter here, the data will be stored to the variable given here. Are you getting? This is the setter method, setting the data. Right now, you are unable to set it because we are supposed to take a variable from the Apex class. We are supposed to take a variable from the Apex class. Are you getting my point? It's a value. So what we have? We have input text, max length, size, disabled, direction, rendered, required. Then we can also give tab index. Is a cursor? Where is the cursor? Cursor is in this box. Where is the cursor? Tab action equal to 1. Basically, it has to start here. But there is a cursor here when you load the page. Right? Order, when you click on the tab, what is the order? Generally, when you enter here, when you click on the tab, is the order. Now you want to give the numbering. You can give a numbering. Tab index 1. The index, right, is going to max length. Right, boss? Is going to max length. So these are the properties of input text. We have just seen an input text. There are other properties of input component. Now,
what is the maximum length if we don't mention the size and maximum length?
There is no limitation, boss.
Default.
There is no limitation. There is no default also. Depends upon the variable what you take. Right. Okay. Now look at this point. I told you already, input text, it depends upon the variable you are taking. Now if I take a variable as a integer, now integer properties will be applied. If I take a variable as a string properties will be applied. If I take a variable as a decimal properties will be applied. So I don't have any limitation from my end. Now it depends upon the variable what you are trying to set to me. The limitations or properties I am going to get based on the variable which you are referring. Right? Okay. I hope this is clear for everyone. So max length, maximum size, disable, direction, rendered, required, tab index. Now let us go to next one. I want to create here a page. Now, let me complete one basic property also. Okay. We already seen about the concept of a page block section, right? Before we go further, let us see one more example. So look at this example, everyone. So I got a page block. This let's assume that this is a page block. In the page block we have a title. Then we have buttons here. Right. Then we have a page block section. So what is the page block section? It will divide the row into number of. It will divide the row into number of columns. So we had a section. We have page block section. In the page block section, row is divided into number of columns. Row is divided into number of columns. Row is divided into number of columns. In each column, what happened? In each column, one component will be displayed. Suppose if I have Apex, input text. That's all. Why? Because one component will be displayed in one column. One component will be displayed in one column. Now, if I give this way, how the output is going to come? Let us see. We have a page. We have a form. Page block. Then we have block section. Page block. Then we have page block section. Within the page block section, I have output label value equal to Apex output label. Yeah, output label input text. Preview. How we are getting here? Name is coming here, box is coming here because row is divided into two columns. Now in each column one element. So what is happening here? This is coming on the left corner, this is coming here. But what do you want? You want both of them to be in a single box. But here both of them are coming in different directions. Now we don't want this to be like this. We want both of them to be together. But as per the page block section, per column only one element will be displayed. One component will be displayed. I want two components to be together. Then we have a next concept called page block section item. What is this page block section item? Within the page block section, within a page block section item, we have a, look at the point. In the page, we have a page block. In the page block, we have a page block section. In the section, we have a section item. Section item can take, page block section item is one element, right? I opened, I closed. It is one element. One page block section item will be displayed in one column. One page block section item will be displayed in one column. So what happened here? Within the page block section item, it can have two child elements. One page block section item can have two child elements. One page block section item can have two child elements. Okay. Let us see this. What happened? Enter a value, box, enter a value. So this is one component. This is one component. What is this component? Page block section item. Now, why are you going for a page block section item? If you want more than one component to be displayed in a single column, if you want more than one component to be displayed in a single column, then we go for page block section item. Page block section item is a child of page block section. So we have a page, in the page block, in the page block we have a section, in the section, in each column one page block section item. Now why are you going for a page block section item? Page block section item can take two child elements. Page block section item can take, page block section item can take, page block section item can take two child elements. Page block section item can take two child elements. So within one page block section item, I can have two child elements. That means both of them are coming together. So I want to the code. I hope you are good with this. Right, now let us see. I told column equal to 1. This is the structure what we received. People have followed this. So we have page block. In the page block we have a page block section. Within the section we have section item. One page block section item will be displayed in one column in the page block section. One page block section item will be displayed in one column of page block section. Are you clear about this? People have followed this example, right? Fine. Now form this example, everyone. Now create this example, everyone. Now everybody form this example. So what we have? First section header, then form, then page block. In the page block we have page block buttons. Then we have page block section. In the page block section, page block section item. In the section item we have output label, input text. One more page block section item, output label, input text. Right? So start creating this form. And meanwhile, if anyone has any queries, go ahead now.
Mrs.
Yes.
Just want to ask you, can you please just clarify one more time the difference that you just mentioned about the input text field versus the input field?
See, input field is only used to refer to the properties from a object. From a table, if you want to refer to any field, we use input field. Now, input text, we are creating our own. We are not referring to the properties from a field, field of an object. We are referring to a variables. When I say input field, if it is a pick list, you will get pick list. Checkbox, you will get a checkbox. If you say input text, all of them will be boxful. It will not respect the properties of the field. Let me complete some examples. I'll be showing the difference. Right, boss?
Thank you, sir. And one more question. You just mentioned that one page block section item can have two child elements. So what exactly do you mean by the child element?
Within the page block section item, we can have two components. Now, look at this. This is one page block section item. This is one set. In this, how many elements we have? How many elements have defined? One output label, one input text. Both of them are within the one page block section item. Page block section item can have two child components. Child one,
Thank
child
you, sir.
two.
Thank you.
Maximum two?
Satish.
Come again. Maximum two.
Maximum?
Yeah, maximum. Yes.
Hi, Satish.
Yes.
I have two doubts, one from today's topic and one from previous topic. So from today's, it is like, what is the difference between this max length and max size? Because in max size, I can see that you have entered more than 5 characters
Max
also, and it
size is
was
the
working.
size of the box. Size of the box. The size. This is size. Max length is length of the input. Length of the input. If I give max length equal to 3, I can take only 3 characters. If I give 4, I can take only maximum 4 characters. Length of the data, other one is size of the box. Size will refer to the size of the box. Max length will refer to the size of the data.
Okay. And Satish, the other doubt is in the inheritance topic, once you have told like if you are creating the object for the child class, so whatever is there in the parent class will be showing in the output. So is the vice versa also true?
No. No.
Okay. Okay. So if we are creating the object for parent class, child class attributes won't be reflected.
Yes. Don't.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Satish, this is Suvendu. I have one question. This tag appearance like this Apex form, Apex page block. So like this, is there any order that we have to maintain? Like which one will be listed under which?
Obviously, right? I told with in the page you will have a page block. In the page block, you will have a page block section. In the page block section, you will have a page block section item. Page will have page block. Page block will have page block section. Page block section will have page block section item.
Okay.
Satish, may I request you to upload the videos, because today when I was trying to kind of
I will do it. Amma.
go through the content,
I will do it.
I wasn't able to find. Okay, thank you.
Satish,
Yes.
if we want to add another link beside to help, then can we do it in section header?
Section header will take only one. You need to design a custom one. Section header will take only one.
So we have to use any other tag?
No. We have to design with our own custom. No standard component will support this. you're supposed to design your own custom logics.
In a VF page itself.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone completed? Done, boss? So let me design this. So we have FX. In the text form, we have the page block, we have block section. Order is your choice. That we have output label. How many columns we have? Columns equal to 1. Enter name, first name, last name, email, phone. Then create. One button value equal to right. This is how we create. So what is that? Page block buttons. Then we have a page block section, output label, input text. Again page block section. So how did you take page block? In the page block we have page block buttons, then section, then we have section item. Let's have a preview. This is the structure what we have created. Right, boss. Now I want to connect this program with Apex class, make some operations in the Apex class, and get back to the VF page again. Now let us see this. Let me take a next example here. Basic example. Public. I have cancelled. Basically, I have created a class with 3 methods. This is how we create A value, B value, and C value. Now go to the VF page. Then controller. Page block section. Page block section item. Output label are equal to Apex input text. Then we had next page block section item. Enter A value, enter B value, enter A value, enter B value. Then I'm just giving one more section item. Then enter A value, enter B value, enter C value. What is that result? Basically, I'm just creating columns here. How many columns I want to take? Columns equal to 1. Now I was supposed to take. So what is this? Whatever the value we are entering here, set this value to A variable. Set this value to B variable. Now if I am referring to A, data type of A is integer. So this input text box will take integer value. And all the properties of integer will be applied on that input text. Now what was this? This input text. Now it is taking the value of B. So all B is of type what? Integer. All the properties of integer will be applied on this box. Are you getting my point? Depends upon what type of variable you are referring, the properties of the box will be that. Okay. Now let us create Apex page block location. Action. When you click on this button, what is the action we are giving? Action is multiply. Last one we have so that's what we have. Command button, value, add, action, add. Click on the preview. This is what we have given. Now when I click on this, entire page is refreshing. So what should I do? Re-render. Go back to this. Re-render. Right, boss? I hope you're good with this. So basically, basic example, very basic example. What we have done, created a page block button, page block section, page block section item. Whatever the data I am entering in this input text box, that is stored to a variable. Now, how it is stored? Because we are giving set. Because we are giving set. It will take the data from the input text and store the value to a variable. I hope you are good with this example. Clear? Right, boss? So taking the data, storing to a variable, performing some operation, coming back to the VF page. Right, boss?
Sir, serial is output, right? Why we are referring to input text here?
I want to display it as a input text box. In the box, I am displaying the value. In the box, I want to give the result. So I have taken input text. Now input text is a box. In the box, the value of C will be printed. Now C is what? Set as well as get. I hope I'm good with this. Okay. Now let us go to the next example. Now everyone just start building this program. Everyone start building this program. No. So it will print the interest value. It will calculate the interest and print the value. Create this program. Everyone make an attempt of writing this.